Hello everyone, it's me, DillysSims. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Speed Build Sunday, the day of the week where I build whatever I want, because I can. So this week, I decided to build a cafe in The Sims. But here's the plot twist about this cafe. It's real. It's a real place in California. The Queen Bean, and that's the name of this build, it's the Queen Bean. I have been here. It was, I don't want to say by accident, because it was not an accident. My friend took me to this place, and he's been here countless dozen times, and I was so in love with this building that I decided I'm gonna make a build of this. It's not 100% accurate. The Sims, like this cafe bar, what is this called? This thing that I'm putting in the build right now, not realistic in the actual restaurant. Is it a restaurant? It's a coffee place because it's called the Queen Bean, but they also serve food. Anyways, so many months ago, me and my friend took me to this place, and it's been sitting in my reservoir of builds. Again, I went through a frenzy in early January where all I wanted to do was build. So this is one of those builds from January. And oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. So let me describe this place to you. You pull up, you Google it, right? And you type into Google Queen Bean coffee place. And it gives you directions. You pull up, you're pulling up to this residential neighborhood, and you look at the building and you say, wait, this is a coffee place? It's a house, like an actual house from the 50s that has been renovated into a coffee bar. And it is so nice. Coffee bar and restaurant, because they do serve food. Oh my gosh, their food was so good. What did I have? This was early January, and so we're halfway through February, so what did I eat? I want to say it was something like a breakfast burrito. That sounds about right. But, so good. I keep wanting to go back, but the Queen Bean is 2 towns over. Yeah, actually it's several towns over, but the towns that matter to me are 2 towns over. But so good. I recommend this place. You can Google it. Queen Bean, California, Modesto. So good. I love this place. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? Good. I took a lot of inspiration from the actual Queen Bean. I know it's not accurate. I know it's not accurate. But the inside, the overall floor plan, I think is more or less accurate. A few things could change. There's a whole living place upstairs. Might not be accurate. I want to say 100% not accurate. And I'm saying it's not 100% accurate because, and this is my because the person who owns the house lives upstairs, and the whole downstairs is renovated into a coffee place. And it's not like they keep upstairs open for guests who come in for coffee and food, you know? It's their house. So I have no idea what upstairs looks like. I have no idea how you get upstairs. I went into their backyard. Oh my gosh, the backyard to this house is so beautiful. There's only X amount of space on one lot, and I didn't want to put this on a 50 by 50 lot because that's way too much space. But the landscaping is so beautiful. There's succulents everywhere, flowers, fountains, and I had lunch on the patio, like the front patio of the house. I tried to keep the front accurate as possible, and the floor plan. But the front of the house, the front patio, or porch, I ate there and I was just taken aback by the beauty. They have a beautiful water fountain in the front yard that's a mermaid, but the fountain is dried up, so only succulents are growing on there. It's so nice. Like, I can't describe how beautiful this place is. And my friend, I'm an old spirit. Like, I really am an old spirit. I have friends who are way and not way older than me. So, my friend is slightly older than I am, and he graduated from college already. And he said he spent all of his college experience here at the Queen Bean, and because they have Wi-Fi, and he used their Wi-Fi for college, or to finish up his college homework and stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing enough to pimp out this place verbally. It's so good. I want to go back, but I don't go that way anymore. I don't go to that town anymore for the most part. So it's kind of hard for me to justify driving 30 minutes to get coffee. But I do want to go back because this place was beautiful. I do have stories for you guys. Just let me think about it because I didn't think about what I was going to talk about when I sat down. Okay, here's something. Here's a realization I had. I don't know if you know this, but if you want to know anything about me that's very important, one of my role models in life is Princess Diana. Like, she's one of my biggest role models in life. I want to be like her. I don't want to say look like her, but she has definitely influenced my fashion. I have dressed up to go to school and taken a picture of her and used that as inspiration. I can easily say that. So she's influenced my fashion choices. She's influenced my characteristics. She makes me want to be a better person because Princess Diana was a good person. She did so much charity work. She's such a good person. She has passed away. But Princess Diana has inspired me to be a good person. And I know I've talked about this in the past 2 weeks. I have a writing class, and in my writing class, if you want, you can share your work because you write in your journal every single day, and you can share your work with the class. I don't want to brag, but I think I'm a pretty good writer, and when I think I write something good or well, I want to share it with people. Maybe it's because I love Sex and the City, and Carrie Bradshaw has her article or her column which goes out to people and people read it. This is kind of my own form or own way of sharing with the class my feelings and thoughts. And we do get something to write about. So this week we had to write about people who inspire us, what we want to bring into the classroom, because I want to be a school teacher. And so I wrote about how I had awful friends who I was in a toxic friendship, and actually they ganged up against me. I was going to say I left, but they ganged up against me. And I'm so happy that I no longer have those people in my life, and because they were toxic, and I'm so happy that I found a role model as kind as Princess Diana. And so I wrote about how much I love Princess Diana, how she's kind, and that's what I want to bring into the classroom. And I realized this is the second time in this class. I will remind you that this is only the 4th week of this semester, so that means I have mentioned her once every other week. And I have mentioned her twice. I need to start putting my money where my mouth is, because I keep saying I want to be just like her, but I've done community service out of the kindness of my heart, but not enough to be anywhere to make a huge difference like she has. I've done just little things here and there. I volunteered for the local gay pride center. I've done canned food drives, but I feel like I need to do more, and I feel like I need to do it during the semester so I can prove to my classmates that I'm not just all talk, you know? I feel like I need to start putting my money where my mouth is, because I'm doing all this. I'm talking about how great she is and how she's my role model and that's what I want to be when I grow up. But I feel like I'm not doing enough. And my professor, and this is awful, my professor is a great person. Like, he's so nice and kind. I can't even describe how kind he is. So kind. And he actually did, I can't think of the word right now, where you go to a different country like Africa and you dig wells and you teach them. It's kind of like missionary work, but without the whole Christian Catholic aspect. And he said, if you want, I can give you the number and the right contacts, and I can write you a letter of recommendation for it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to go to a different country. And it's so funny that I talk all this, I don't want to say smack, I hype myself up and I say I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I don't know if I want to go to a different country and dig wells like he did. It's a huge, I just don't know. I want to do things more locally, and I'm gonna, this person goes to my church, and I'm gonna name him Jimmy. So Jimmy goes to my church, and he's called me out on this, because I volunteered at my local gay pride center, and he goes to my church, and he called me out. He said, oh, yeah, Dilly used to volunteer at the Pride Center, but he only went once and then he never came back again. Maybe I said something. And Jimmy, I don't think you'll ever listen to this, but Jimmy, that's not the reason why. You didn't say anything wrong. I loved it, but I don't like it enough to donate. Well, it's worth donating time. I'm not going to say that the Pride Center is not worth donating time. It's just when I think of community service, it's not sitting behind a desk. And I understand the receptionist, because I volunteered my time to work at the Pride Center and be the receptionist there for free. But when I think of community service, I think of more hands-on experience. Do you feel me? Do you guys understand? Let me know if you think I'm just crazy. I want to be out there. I want to see people smile. That's my biggest thing. I want to do the soup kitchen thing, you know? I want to feed people and see people smile and be happy because I fed them. Be thankful for, what they have. That's what I really, truly want. So Jimmy called me out, and of course, when Jimmy called me out at church, my go-to response was what I normally do when I'm under pressure. Go, and giggle, and say, oh no, it wasn't that, it's just school. School was so busy, and work. And that was also true, because I started volunteering my time right before Christmas, and my job picks up during Christmas, like most people's place of work, because Christmas is a very intense time. People are buying, selling things. Yeah. Christmas. I already said, how are you guys doing? So, I'm going through a whole debacle right now of, I need to start putting my money where my mouth is, but I don't know where I want to put my money. I really hope that other people go through the same struggles that I do, because maybe I'm just making much ado about nothing, a big fuss over nothing, because I really hope it's not just me. I hope I'm not the only person who looks up to people and says, I want to be like this person, but doesn't actively try. I hope everybody actively tries to strive to be who they're like their idol, but better. Yeah, this is probably the worst voiceover I've ever done. This has just been one long, continuous thought process, or strain of thought, line of thought. This is definitely by far the worst voiceover I've ever done, I think. Let me know in the comment section below if you think this is awful. Tell me I'm awful. Tell me I'm awful. I will respect your decision, because I feel like this is awful. 100%. This has just been me word vomiting. Actually, to be honest, 90% of my voiceovers have just been word vomit. When I first started voiceovering for speed builds like this, I used to keep a journal. It's actually right here. I would rip out the pages when I was done with them, but I would keep a journal and I would log all of the interesting things to talk about with you to make this voiceover interesting. But over time, I stopped caring, and it's become so candid. What you get when you listen to a DillysSims voiceover is 100% real. I talk for 20 minutes straight. I do not cut anything out. It's just a long talk. It's just me struggling through the thought process while you listen and watch, basically. Yeah. Do I have anything else to talk about? I learned a lesson recently. I only have 4 minutes, but I think hopefully I can finish this in 4 minutes. I learned a lesson recently. So, with January, and as I said before, Christmas picks up. There's a lot of work to do because people are buying and selling and it's Christmas time. My job hired a lot of people this Christmas because there was a lot of work. And then January came around, not a lot of work. People are complaining that they don't get hours, and I did a lot of janitorial work early January because a lot of the janitors, went on vacation. So, a lot of the janitors went on vacation, and I got a lot of the work. I got a lot of those hours because the janitors went on vacation. And I was talking to a coworker of mine, and everyone was complaining, I don't get those many hours because they don't work as janitors. And I told my coworker, you know what, I don't mind working 1 day a week because I was working 5 or 6 days a week, almost full time. And my boss heard me, Sam heard me in his office and said, okay, well, Dilly said he doesn't mind working 1 day a week, and guess what? My hours have been cut to 1 day a week. It's awful because I'm not getting paid and I don't have money, but on the plus side, I have been happier. I feel like when I'm at work, I get frustrated with my coworkers because we have a whole bunch of new people, and new people need to be trained. But I also feel like the new people that we hire have a different mindset than when I was first hired. They're very young kids, and I don't want to be ageist, but I feel like the people that we hired just don't work, and they don't want to work. And the other day, one of them took a 45-minute break, and you get paid for your breaks because you're supposed to take 10 minutes. She took a 45-minute break, and I thought to myself, holy crap, I've been here for 7 years and I still don't take a 45-minute break. What makes you think you have the right to? You've only been here for 7 weeks. Come on. Yeah, come on, Caitlin. You know who Caitlin is. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know that there's a very awful employee who started working with me, whose name is Caitlin, and she's not the best employee. So yeah, Caitlin. Yeah. And nobody says anything about Caitlin, and it bothers me. Where was I going? So yeah, I was cut, so I learned my lesson. I learned that I have to keep my mouth shut because I have a huge mouth. I have a big mouth, and I speak my mind. That's my biggest thought. My biggest flaw is I speak my mind, and sometimes speaking my mind gets me few hours and really bites me in the ass because I really wish I had more hours so I can buy more things. I've been on a shopping kick lately and I just want to buy things. And my credit cards have been awful. Just absolutely awful. But I am getting very close to the end of the video, so let me know what you think of this build. This build can be found in the gallery by searching the Queen Bean, or just Queen Bean, I don't remember, one of those. Or by searching me, DillysSims, in the gallery. If you want to see anything certain be built, let me know in the comment section below. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun YouTube things, and I will catch all of you guys next time. Bye, everybody.